Tokyo before dawn. Vending machines hum, taxis idle, and a man in a navy suit slips out of a share house with a backpack and yesterday's coffee breath. He is anonymous and specific at the same time, and that's exactly why millions of people click. We call him a salaryman. YouTube calls him a genre. Why do these videos pull such huge audiences? Partly because they feel like surveillance with permission. Viewers aren't spying through blinds. They're being invited into the most ordinary human routine in the most extraordinary city. Alarm, train, desk, meeting, convenience store dinner, last train, or no train at all. It's a loop that promises truth through repetition. If you watch a day in the life, you'll understand a life, and people want that. The thumbnails whisper, here's what work really looks like, without the travel brochure. The hook is honesty. You'll see this story everywhere on YouTube. Salaryman Tokyo turned the grind into a breakout series. His A Day in the Life, Salaryman at a Black Company, passed the million-view mark and set the tone for raw, time-stamped realism. For a broader documentary feel, Paolo from Tokyo's long-running Day in the Life series includes a typical Japanese office worker in Tokyo, framing the same routine inside a bigger city portrait. Smaller creators have added their own angles. Channels like Japanese Salaryman and Japanese_Salapost frugal budgets, missed train nights, and quiet office sleepovers that underline how thin the margins can get. Even mainstream media has amplified the trend. Clips of grueling Black Company days have spilled into news cycles, pulling new audiences back to the original vlogs. There's a second reason, deeper and more uncomfortable. These videos are often shot through a lens of scarcity. The subject opens a wallet and shows a few coins. He calculates whether to eat out or save for rent. He apologizes to the camera for buying a coffee he can't quite afford. He finishes late, stares at a clock, and narrates the gamble. Do I sprint and catch the last train? Or admit defeat and crash on the office sofa under a spare jacket? For viewers far away, it's a paradox. A rich country, a gleaming city, and yet the person you're following is counting pennies. That gap makes for compulsive watching. It turns routine into stakes. The structure is cinematic even when the camera is a phone. A morning montage, cold water on the face, a bent tie looped by habit, crowded stairs down to the platform. Midday is fluorescent, bento at the desk, a microwaved miso cup, Slack messages pinging like acupuncture needles. Evening is fluorescent again, but warmer, a convenience store aislescape, a cheap dinner eaten standing, a plastic bag rustling in winter wind. Then the small drama, eyes on the time board, a run that's almost heroic, or the quiet resignation of a man who knows he's not going home. When he beds down at the office with a coat for a blanket, microphones catch the HVIC and the fatigue. The city looks like science fiction outside. Inside is just a human being on a carpet. Why does this resonate so widely? Because the specifics are Japanese, but the emotions are global. No time, not enough money, a job that expands to fill every available hour, a commute that erodes the day at both ends. The videos act like a mirror that's been tilted. You see another country, but you also see yourself, your emails, your missed dinners, your own late train in a different uniform. And YouTube's algorithm rewards exactly that. The session watch time climbs because the audience doesn't come for a single story. They come for a category. One Salaryman video leads to another and another, each promising a slightly different angle on the same set of pressures. There's also a mystery that viewers try to solve. Who is this person when the camera is off? Does he have friends he never sees? Parents he sends money to? A hobby he can't afford? Many creators lean into that puzzle. They keep their faces partially hidden. They blur company logos. They whisper in hallways. They film feet on escalators. The restraint reads as authenticity. If the video can't show everything, what it does show must be real. That feeling is sticky. Money is its own subplot. Audiences are fascinated by small numbers when they're honest. A budget breakdown written in a notebook. Rent, utilities, transportation, lunch allowance, a phone bill that bites. The math becomes a character. The math is the antagonist. When he chooses instant noodles over a bar snack, the choice is visible and legible. Viewers can run the numbers in their heads and feel a conclusion. Of course he can't save. Of course he shouldn't have bought that coffee. Of course the last train matters. This is not luxury content, it's calculus content. Time is the other antagonist. The clock in these videos is relentless. Meetings overrun. The boss drops a quick task that eats an hour. The train schedule is a guillotine that falls at 12:34 a.m. Editing turns every glance at a wristwatch into a cut. It's visual anxiety you can follow without subtitles. When the subject misses the last train and lays out a jacket like a blanket, the audience doesn't need explanation. They've been pacing toward that moment with him all day. Most Salaryman videos feature single men because that's the narrative the market expects. Expendable, mobile, unrooted. The apartment is a box, the kitchen barely cooks, the fridge is a lighthouse for bottled tea and one leftover. The camera glances at an empty chair and keeps moving. That emptiness simplifies the plot. There are no competing responsibilities, no school pickup, no partner waiting awake, just the protagonist and the city. The isolation is part of the charm and part of the indictment. Viewers can project onto an empty room whatever story they want. Freedom, loneliness, hustle, sacrifice. If you're wondering why the tone skews negative, the answer is simple. Negative arcs have clearer beats. I almost missed the train. I couldn't afford dinner. I slept at work. These are cliffhangers you can feel in a thumbnail. Positivity is there, hidden in small moments. A sunrise over the tracks, a quiet pride in solving a problem, a vending machine drink that tastes like permission, but it doesn't headline because it doesn't click as hard. The genre learned early that hardship sells and then sharpened to that edge. But there's nuance that good creators slip in. They show competence and pride even in grind. The man ties a perfect tie knot on a moving train. He drafts a clean slide deck at speed. He bows to a cleaner at 6 a.m. The audience reads the subtext. This isn't a fool being chewed by a city. It's a grown adult handling a heavy load. That keeps respect in the frame. Without it, the videos would feel like poverty tourism. With it, they feel like testimony. There's also the setting. Japan's orderliness is cinematic. Stations run on time, streets are clean, office towers glow like circuit boards. Against that backdrop, the solitary figure becomes almost mythic. A modern monk doing penance beneath LEDs. The contrast makes the footage beautiful. It makes a convenience store dinner look like a ritual, and a fluorescent office look like a spaceship. Aesthetics keep viewers in seats even when the content is ordinary. On the creator side, there's craft. The best Salaryman videos are carefully built to feel unbuilt. Camera angles that hide faces but keep hands busy. Long takes in trains and elevators to let fatigue accumulate. Natural sound that makes you feel the air. Turnstile beeps, the soft thunder of a platform crowd, the zip of a backpack. Music used sparingly, often only at transitions because too much score would feel manipulative. When an edit cuts from a clock to a closing shutter to a pair of tired shoes under a desk, the brain fills in pain without a single word. Viewers also come for cultural translation. These videos explain small things no travel guide covers. The phrase "Otsukare-sama desu" at the office door, said like a password that releases tension. The way colleagues line up at the elevator in silence. The ritual of buying a drink at a vending machine and using the attached recycling slot. The small bow to a security guard after midnight. Every micro gesture becomes a clue to a larger culture, and the audience enjoys feeling like a detective who now gets Japan. Of course, the genre raises questions. Is it healthy to turn exhaustion into entertainment? Are viewers empathizing or consuming? Good creators tackle it head-on. They speak about boundaries. They rest. They show days off, hobbies, friendships, and meals that aren't convenience store triangles. They let light in so the darkness doesn't become a brand. And audiences reward it when it's honest because the core appeal was never misery. It was access. There's also a quiet hope running under the grind. Many viewers watch these videos to feel less alone in their own routines. A coder in Sao Paulo, a nurse in Manila, a teacher in Manchester, each sees a version of their long day reflected back at them in a suit on a platform in Tokyo. If he can survive until morning, maybe they can too. The final shot of a man stepping out into pale light with a fresh shirt and a tired smile reads like a blessing. We go again. The algorithm will keep loving these stories because they create loops. You search once and now your homepage is a grid of the same idea told 20 ways. One creator splurges on a $5 lunch and explains why that's reckless. Another packs rice balls to save bus fare. A third misses the last train twice in 1 week and narrates the economics of taxes versus sleep. YouTube sees long sessions and suggests more. Audiences feel they're learning and stay. It's a feedback loop built on very human math. Scarcity plus routine equals attention. If you want to understand the popularity of Salaryman videos, look at the comments. This is my life but in Japanese. I thought I was the only one eating dinner at my desk. Seeing you keep going helps me keep going. The fandom isn't just fascination with Japan. It's solidarity among tired people. The city is a character, but the hero is endurance. Night again? Our man in navy walks out of the office. He looks at his watch. The platform clock looks back. He jogs, not dramatically, but with the small dignity of someone who doesn't want to sleep on a carpet. He makes the train this time. The carriage hums, heads bob, neon slides over glass. He films his reflection for a second, then aims the camera at the floor. Tomorrow, he'll cut this into 12 minutes that millions will watch while eating dinner, or postponing sleep, or waiting for a bus that never comes fast enough. They'll watch because the video is about a stranger, and about them. That's the secret. Salaryman videos are popular because they're not really about Japan at all. They're about the quiet cost of modern work, told in a city that photographs beautifully by people who have nothing to sell except the truth of being tired and trying anyway. Add routine, scarcity, small stakes, elegant frames, and a closing shot that says, "I made it." And you have a genre that will outlive the trend cycle. People won't stop wanting to see daily life made visible. They won't stop wanting proof that effort matters. And they won't stop hitting play on a story that starts with an alarm and ends, if we're lucky, on the right side of a closing door.